cultivate a sense of ownership. This was probably the most important lesson I learned, and it was taught to me by an hourly worker when I was president of our Canadian company in Canada, in Toronto. We had a small unit which was out of capacity, and we wanted to increase the capacity of the unit. Rather than calling the engineers, and this was a very small project, engineers are only really want to work on things that are over $1 million, and we knew this project was going to be less than $1 million. So we called in the operator of the unit, Luigi, and we said to him, Luigi, we want you to tell us how you think we should expand the capacity. You've worked on this unit for the last 10 years. And the first question he said to us was, well, why don't you call in the engineers? And we told him why. And we said, you know more about this unit than anybody, so let us know how you think we should expand the unit. Well, he said, I'll do it, but I need help from the mechanical department. So we said, okay, pick your guy, pick your mechanic. Well, he picks Don McNeil, who was the best mechanic in the plant, but extremely negative with respect to labor management relationships. He came from the trade union tradition of England, of the UK, and he was a negative opinion leader within the plant. And so I'm thinking, oh no, this is not going to work really well. But Luigi picked his guy, so we said, okay, you can use Don McNeil. And so we go out and talk with Don right after Luigi talks with him, and Don tells us, well, I'm going to do this, but not for you, but for Luigi, my friend. We said, Don, that's okay, just do it. And so about 4 weeks later, they come forward and they present the scope on how they want to increase the capacity. And Don actually cost estimated the unit out, the work out. He cost estimated out at $260,000. And I'm looking at the plant manager who is with me when they're making the presentation. And he looks at me and I look at him, and I kind of nod at the plant manager, and he says to both guys, okay, you guys are now responsible for actually managing the project. Well, that's not our job. Get a project manager to do it. We said, well, you guys created the scope, and you should do the project. And they said, okay, we'll do it. But Don says, I'm not doing it for you, I'm doing it for Luigi, my friend. We had asked them to increase the capacity by 50% and do a couple of other things with the unit during the capacity increase work. And 2 months later, the unit is finished. It's up and running. Within the first week, we hit 50% increase in capacity. Within the second week, we're at 62% increase in capacity. And the unit's running just fine. Well, they brought the project in at $250,000, $10,000 less than the original estimate by Don. And all four of us changed fundamentally. Don McNeil is now telling his fellow union members within the plant, management trusted me for what I could do with my mind in addition to what I could do with my hands. And they're okay. So he went from being a negative opinion leader to being a positive opinion leader. And all of a sudden, everybody's thinking, well, management's pretty good, so we ought to work with them. Luigi changed in the following way. I'm walking through the plant with a visitor about a week later after the unit's up and running, and Luigi says to me, I'll take the visitor through my unit. I said, okay, take him through the unit. So he does that, and then we go and visit the other 4 units within the plant. And about a week later, I'm walking through the plant. Luigi calls me over and says, you know what I did last week with the visitor? I said, well, what'd you do? He said, I took him through the plant and showed him the plant. I said, well, he says, you know why I did that? I said, no. He said, I did it because this is my plant, not your plant, this is my plant. We created a sense of ownership in Luigi. And I'm thinking, oh my God. He just taught me something so valuable. When you do things with the people below you that create a sense of ownership within them, great things happen.